Alright, this time's a little weird because the entire banner leaked beforehand. So not only do we already know everything, but I'm also not live streaming it because it just seems especially useless. So I'm just going to record this locally and upload it. But yeah, we've got brand new New Year's units to look at, and they all look pretty good. Which I will now show to you in the banner trailer. We're still going to watch it, I guess. I wonder if because it leaked, they decided to upload it sooner. But something similar did happen last year, so this might have been their plan. But yeah, we got Anna. And you know what, since we already know who all the units are, maybe we can just pause and look at the skills as we go. So this is Anna's first ult. Apparently there's already a unit in the game that has Defense Res Plus. I did not know that. But yeah, Anna's skill set is ridiculous. So we already know she has like base 38 res, and just the combination of her bow with her sabotage attack B skill, like it's just a highly specialized skill set. So her fortune bow at start of turn, if any foes res, lessen units res -3, and that foe is adjacent to another foe, inflicts defense res -5. So it's essentially sabotage, defense, and res 2 combined with her B slot, which is sabotage attack 3. It's really good. I think it's interesting that they're like really pushing these sabotage skills. I guess when they ran them initially on like Selkie and maybe like some other old units, like Yune, people really liked them and they pulled for them, so now they're pushing them really hard. And they're also making them more available on like free-to-play characters, like on the Refines, like Virion and Loot. But yeah, otherwise she just has attack speed gap, which is pretty good, especially for a support unit, so that's all that's going on with Anna. I mistakenly thought that Anna was our first red bow, but that's actually a green. I'm now realizing the video's audio might be too low. I gotta make sure you guys can hear Selkie's voice actor. No, but really. Jesus Christ, I forgot how long this was. Is this the longest one ever that they put into a summoning video? Okay, well anyway. Yeah, so we got New Year's Selkie. I like that she keeps her old artist. That's neat. I don't know if this is the time for this rant, but like, I'm actually very bothered that they kind of just fudged it with the colors on the beasts. Like beforehand, I would have thought that they would have assigned like, you know, maybe all the Fates beasts are one color, and then like all the Lagoose birds are one color, all the Lagoose beasts are one color, but no, it's completely random. So old Selkie was blue, this one's gray. It just, the color really doesn't matter. They may as well be like bows. But yeah, Selkie once again has really high speed and even higher res. It's probably like base 40. In fact, I think it is base 40, so she has accelerated special trigger. If units res, greater than foes res, deals damage equals 70% of difference. So this is, we've had an effect like this before, it's just this is the first time where res was the stat being checked for that damage. And right after we got Close Call, we have a similar effect on her weapon. If units res, greater than foes res, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from area of effect specials by percentage equal difference between stats times 4. So this is literally just the text from Close Call, except instead of checking speed, it's checking res, and it doesn't have the hit and run effect on it, which honestly might be better. I think, like, the couple times I've used Close Call units in, like, Grand Conquests, I find that the hit and run effect is actually kind of detrimental. But perhaps most importantly, she has Distant Ward, which appears to be a new version of Distant Counter that is inheritable. It's not unique to her. If Magic Staff or Dragonstone foe initiates combat, grants attack res +5 to unit during combat, and unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range. So it's actually not really a version of Distant Counter. It's more so just like Omni counts is like conditional Omni counter, I guess. But yeah, I guess the benefit of running this over just like DC would be that you get the attack res +5. So if you wanted to use a unit just for tanking magic units, then you could use this instead of distant counter, and your unit would be more specialized for countering magic foes. I like the idea of it. It's just, I think a lot of people who are going to make like magic tanks, I guess you could say, I feel like they would want to just make an Omni tank that can counter both. So I almost feel like it's too specialized. I don't know if people will use it that much, but either way, it's a cool idea for a skill. I could see myself using it on like my Titania, since she has a lot of res and not a lot of defense. And I mostly use her to just kill blue mages and green mages. She has sabotage speed, once again just playing off of her really good res. I feel like now that people are catching on to how good sabotage skills are, people on AR defense are going to start playing around it, which sucks because I rely on sabotage skills a lot when I do AR offense because of Mikaya's B skill. So the fact that they're pushing the sabotage skills so hard is actually bad for me, honestly, but they're more available now, so I guess that's cool. Previously, sabotage speed was just on Wayne. And most importantly,
the times may change, but my warrior spirit never wavers. Just you watch.
I don't know why, but for some reason, I don't love Lethe's voice actor. But yeah, this skill set is like the most specialized out of all of them. It's ridiculous. So, she's a green beast, right? She's a green horse beast. And her weapon gives her speed +3. Wait, hold on, I want to check this real quick. I think Selkies gave her res +3, right? It didn't actually. Oh, that's weird. It gave her this instead. But yeah, we got grand speed +3, and it's essentially the same text as Selkie's weapon, but instead of res, it's speed. So she gets all the same shit, but it's speed instead of res. And then on top of that, she also gets like the old cavalry text, which I guess Selkie also had, but it's just insanely good, because I believe Close Call, you can't inherit it onto cavalry units, so having it on a cavalry beast unit's pretty cool. But also, she's the second unit ever to have lull speed defense, which is, it's kind of a big deal, only because lull speed defense is so good, and I feel like, I don't know if people are underrating it, or if it's just that it's not very available, but yeah, this skill is really, really good. Not only do you not have to worry about buffs on speed and defense on your opponent, but it essentially just gives you speed +3 and attack +3, because you're debuffing those stats on your opponent, so it becomes even easier to outspeed stuff. And if her attack ends up being low, which I think it probably is, it's probably on the lower side. We actually have all the stats already, but yeah, if her attack is on the lower side, then having low speed defense just helps her do more damage. And of course, she has attack speed solo 3, because that's like the new Swift Sparrow 2, where just all of the player phase units just have it now. I'm probably gonna pull for Lethe just because I want to try and get all the Tellius units. That's like my current objective in FEH, so we'll have to do that sometime soon. I forget when the ban is going up.
This'll be good.
For this year and the next.
We want you by our side.
And then these two are just ridiculous, so is our new duo unit. Okay, so first of all, they're a blue infantry mage, and they have a defensive stat line, so they have really low speed. They have like 17 speed, but they have like 35 defense and 30 res. Maybe reverse, but you get the idea. Their weapon has accelerate special trigger. At start of combat, its special is ready, grants blah +5 during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And the idea is that you would have Open the Future ready to go every time you initiate combat, because you have accelerate special trigger right here, so that brings it from 3 to 2. And then if you activate it once during combat, then special spiral activates, and you're blasting off non-stop specials. It's really strong, and the fact that they'll probably have a really dumb BST and they have their duo unit button too just makes them really versatile, so there's all sorts of dumb shit you can do with them. I was gonna try and pull for all the Shurina alts just for giggles, but I don't know if this counts. I accidentally got a +4 Spring Shurina 2 years ago.
Happy New Year.
I don't think I'm gonna go for that now, though. We can see their stats, too. We have all the stats already because they leaked, but yeah, you can see they have low speed, high defense, high res.
Everyone celebrate.
And that's about it, actually. So otherwise, let's see, when does the banner start? The 1st, right? Yeah. Which makes sense, it's a New Year's banner. So on that day, we'll be polling for Lethe on green, which is exciting. Real quick, we can review Air. I can pull that up. Okay, I've got it here. So, Air is Red Dagger Flyer. She's the free Tempest Trials unit. She has Speed Tactic as her C slot, so that's the first time that's available as like a free skill, or like a Grail skill. Otherwise, I don't know if there's much to say about her. I don't know what her weapon does. I'd have to look that up too. Okay, I found it. At start of turn, if any foe's res if any foe's res less than unit's res -3, and that foe is adjacent to another foe. Okay, so it's like Anna's weapon, but it does attack and speed. Which is pretty good, because if you combine that with her dagger effect, then you can debuff everything with that, so yeah. I really like playing with debuffs, so units like this are exciting, but obviously I'm not going to build up every single one. I think they're realizing that people just really like abusing debuffs, which is why units like Bronya are so scary, because they just ignore debuffs altogether. I don't even like Bronya that much, but like I'm considering using my Grail to +10 so I can use her as an Omni tank just because she's that good. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know how you felt about this slightly more analytical banner review. This pre-recorded, not streamed video. If you liked it, let me know. If not, bye.